Hello, hello. Hey, She Army. It's Wisdom Wednesday once again. I'm coming to you live from my new spot. I am officially in my house, officially but unofficially. So I'm kind of still moving. This is like the move that never ends. But I'm doing my first live from my new space. As you can see, I still have bins behind me. None of my office stuff is actually unpacked. So we're going to have to work on that this upcoming weekend so that I can have all of my tech stuff, including my ring light, which is not here. But anywho, so tonight I wanted to talk to you guys about having a well packaged offer. And ensuring you have your target market nailed down before you just go off and start creating products and services and hoping someone will buy them. Not having your offer together, you run the risk of attracting clients that are not a good fit and or you're driving away those that are. So I'm not saying that you won't get window shoppers, every now and again. But the clearer you can get on your offer, the more time and headache and stress you're going to save yourself in the sales process, the more natural it will become. So you really need to know and understand who it is that you're trying to work with, what their problems are, what their challenges are, and what problem or challenge are you specifically trying to solve. So it's just not enough to just have products and services out there on the market. There's hundreds of thousands of products and services. So what makes yours different from everybody else's, right? You have to get really, really specific on what it is that you're going to be offering, who you serve. And then that makes it really easy for you to determine who your product or service is a good fit for and who it's not. I know sometimes quote unquote niche down, um, but niching down really does help because it definitely saves you that headache and that stress from having to talk to multiple people and like getting discouraged because no one's buying because guess what? They're not a part of your target market. Your target market is not everybody. That's not you're going to waste a lot of marketing dollars and a lot of your time and resources if you market to everyone. If you market to everyone, you market to no one. So with that being said, it has the following key elements. The first one is specificity, right? It's specific into what problem you're solving and what's going to be the outcome. It's simple. People can understand it, right? It speaks your potential client's language, meaning you use words or phrases that they would use to describe their challenge. The pricing matches the results. And then finally, it's time based, preferably quick. Okay. So we're going to break down each one of these elements into detail so that you have a good idea of how to maybe restructure your offer if you've been thinking about that or if you're adding a new offer, right? So for specificity, specifically what, right? So a challenge could be someone needs to get more clients. A challenge could be that people are struggling with their messaging. A challenge could be people are struggling with systems in their business. These are all challenges. So specifically, you're saying that you're going to be helping with those things. The next is that it's simple. It's not like 5 paragraphs on how you can help someone. It's more so a sentence or two telling them how exactly you can help to solve their problem. And then speak using words and phrases that they know and understand they would use to describe their problem. If you don't know, ask them, right? If you're unsure about what language to use, ask someone who's in your target market or ask people to give you feedback so that you are putting something out there in the market that you have a good idea that people are actually going to buy and they actually want. An example of this would be, let's say you are a website designer, right? and you're telling your target market, you're putting in your copy, you're putting on social media that you help people, you help design websites that elevate your brand, right? But people really want websites that help them get sales, right? So even though the elevation of the brand is a byproduct, what you really should be saying is that you help create websites that help people get conversions or help increase people's sales or profits. So that's really the problem. People are trying to get more sales, not necessarily going for the visual aspect of branding, right? So just a few things to think about there. Pricing matches the results. So depending on what your offer is, you want to make sure that the pricing matches, right? You don't want to be too on the low end of pricing and you're not making a profit, and then too high, people aren't buying because the price is too high. So what you're offering, the value has to match. And one way to think about that is, what is your time worth to put it out there? How long did it take you, right? And what perceivably will your clients get from it? So that's kind of some elements that I think about when I'm thinking about pricing for my products and services. And then the time frame. What's the time frame? And this is where I feel like a lot of new entrepreneurs struggle. They like say, "Oh, I can, help you change your mindset in 14 days." Can you really? Especially if it's an intangible product or service. So although everybody wants everything quickly, think about what actually is the result. If you're going to market the 14-day, 7-day, 30-day, make sure that whatever you're saying is possible to achieve within that time frame, right? Don't just say it within 30 days because it sounds great. So because what's going to happen is that when people actually purchase your product or your service and it doesn't provide that result, you're going to get negative feedback. So definitely make sure that the time frame that you're putting on whatever it is that you're offering is like has synergy, like it actually matches up. You like people can actually achieve that in the time frame that you're advertising. So an example of an offer that you might make is, let's say, I help service-based entrepreneurs build a profitable brand and develop a marketing strategy that helps them to gain clients consistently. That's an example of an offer that could be made out there in the social media world, right? Or if you're talking to clients. Now, a few things I would suggest to do is to make sure is to check your offer. Does it pass the irresistible test, right? So is it specific enough? Is it simple enough for people to actually understand? Does your potential client know what you're saying? If people are saying, I don't get it, can you explain it? You probably need to reword things so that it's a lot more digestible. Does the price match the result? And then is there a time-based element, right? So for low and for medium ticket, I would say you can put in time frames, because typically if you're selling something for a low price point, it's gonna probably be a quicker time frame for folks to be able to achieve that result. Now for high ticket offers, like for example, for my coaching program, I get people over the phone. I do sales calls over the phone or webinar, because you have to really, people have questions a lot of times, and breaking down the time frame and what you're going to actually be doing in that time frame. So definitely I recommend high ticket is more high touch to be able to close. I mean, could you pitch it online? Sure, you could, but I feel like you would get, or well, research shows you get more sales when you do it over the phone or webinar. So that's for high ticket though. So if you don't know what you should be offering, then this is a great time to talk to your brand community and see what their challenges are. If you don't know what they're struggling with, or you're having trouble putting something together, that's where you need to go to them and like actually pick their brain and see what they're struggling with and how can you help. Do you have something, do you have a tool in your arsenal that you can use to help them solve this problem, whatever that may be? And that would be something that you would package up into an offer and help them achieve that transformation that they're looking for. So that's it, guys. Hopefully this has been helpful Let me know in the comments if it's helpful. If you have questions, let me know. I can pause for questions to hear from you guys. Love to hear about your offers and what we got going on out there in the Simply She Army. Do we have any questions? Any questions? All right, I'm not seeing any questions. If you guys are watching this later and you have questions, you can go ahead and post your questions in the comment section of this live and I will definitely respond. Yeah, so that's it. If you want to DM me, you can also DM me your questions or feedback. You can DM me personally at Crystal Renee on all handles. That's on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you can DM Simply She. Simply She on Facebook is at I Simply She, and on Instagram at I_simply_she. That's it for today, guys. So if you guys want help with structuring and packaging your offers, feel free to book a brand strategy session with me. The link to do so is also in the description of this live. So I will see you guys next Wednesday. Hopefully I'll have more of my office unpacked. Maybe I'll even have my office chair. I'm in a folding chair right now. But I wanted to hop on here and touch base with you all. So we'll see what next week holds and if I'm able to actually get any unpacking done. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday evening. Take care. And remember, you too can conquer if you slay hard every day.